Hi there, everyone. I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim, and we are
A Teague of Your Own. Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woohoo! Yay! It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is.
Gorgeous day.
Yeah, it's nice out there.
It was nice all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got mostly nice week coming up. So
we do for once.
Yes.
This is nice.
I know.
All right.
You're going to be able to fight the battle of the leaves. Might win for a change.
Your sworn enemy?
The leaves.
Adventures of homeowning. One of the things that you and I have noticed, and it seems like it's been a trend over the past several years, is business owners and leaders thinking that they don't need personal development or professional development.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem to think that their people need it.
Yeah.
They seem to think that all of their direct reports need it.
Yeah.
But somehow or another, they don't. And I think part of where that comes from is when people reach a certain level in an organization, they seem to think they have all of the answers. And part of the reason why they call us is because
they don't have all the answers.
Yeah, they don't have all the answers. And even if they do have most of the answers, they don't know how to convey it to their people. It's amazing how folks will not listen to someone within an organization. They've got to have somebody come from outside of the organization, say the same exact thing, and then they'll buy into it, which is an odd phenomena. And part of it, I think, shows that sometimes these folks in these leadership positions don't have the authority that they think they have.
Well, they don't have the influence.
Yeah, they don't have the influence. They don't have, and what I mean by authority is, yes, they have positional authority, but they don't have the authority that comes, that is granted by the people that are following you. They have to determine that you have the authority.
The reality is that there's not a whole lot of influence. There's not much in the influence bank account that's been built up.
Right.
And like you said, that's one of the reasons why we get brought into organizations is to help strengthen that influence and to strengthen the message of what leadership is trying to get across. What we notice, though, is members of leadership will turn to us and say, I need you to help my team. And the reality is, not only does the team need help, the leaders themselves need help too. And what we're seeing happen in many different organizations is leaders are no longer seeking that personal and professional development that they need to improve their own skills and to become better at what it is that they do.
Yeah, they seem to think they've hit that level and now they're done. They're finished. Fortunately, they waited until they did get to a certain level before they decided that they're finished. There are some people, we've talked about this before, who they decide to stop learning and growing about as fast as they get out of high school or college. And you can't do that, especially in this day and age. You know, that's the kind of thing that maybe 50, 60, 70 years ago, you could have gotten away with it because information didn't flow as quickly. You know, we didn't get new technology as quickly. But even then, the people who succeeded were still constantly growing, you know, improving their skills, learning more. But in this day and age, it's not optional. It's no longer optional. And it's just because things are changing so fast. I was watching a piece this morning on the news about artificial intelligence and, you know, how, what on news actually was a discussion we were having. We're talking about artificial intelligence and how, you know, it's one of those things. Some people are afraid of it.
Oh yeah.
Some people want nothing to do with it. Others are using it to wholesale create everything they're doing, and you can't do that either. But where it comes in handy is it can give you your foundation for what you're doing and give it to you very, very quickly if you know exactly what you're wanting from it. And then you can use that and, modify it to put it into your own words, or pick it apart and say, these are the things that I like. These are the things that I don't. This is what I need to change. And it's a tool. And when people understand that, it's a tool that can help you do a lot of stuff very fast, and make your life a whole lot easier, instead of having to, especially if you're trying to write something, before this showed up, it was really a case of you either had to go find something that somebody else had written about a topic and then use that, or you sit and you stare at a blank page and you start, regurgitating your thoughts onto the paper. But that's a time-consuming process.
Yes, it is.
And when you're essentially going to say a lot of the same things that, AI, ChatGPT, will say, why not start with that and then modify it to your needs?
Yeah.
It's just a much quicker process. And then there's some things that you don't even need to modify. Sometimes if it's just a form letter of some kind that you need to whip up, it'll do it for you very quickly. And then you can modify it to where it sounds more like you.
And one of the things that I think people forget is, if you're not continuing to grow your skills, if you're not continuing to grow both personally and professionally, what are you doing?
You are stagnating.
Yes.
And relative to other people who are continuing to grow, who are looking at these new technologies, they're embracing them. They're figuring out ways that, hey, this is how I can make my life a whole lot more efficient. You're getting left in the dust.
Yeah.
It isn't even a case of you're falling behind or contracting relative to other people. You're on the side of the road in the ditch. And it's amazing how many people out there that they think that the old model still works.
Yeah.
That you can go to work for a company, you can work for them for 50 years, and then you can retire, and you really don't have to learn much of anything in between. It doesn't work.
Well, and with that model, you would think jobs such as manufacturing would fall into that, and that's not the case.
Not anymore.
A lot of the manufacturers we do training for, they'll tell you they're constantly updating their machinery. They're constantly updating the tools, and as a result, people have to learn new things. They have to learn how to do things different ways, and they're looking for ways to improve and be more efficient and more effective. And as a result, you're constantly having to grow and learn. It's the same with leadership. Same with business owners. I can tell you how many business owners, they open up a business and they stop learning new stuff. They stop growing personally and professionally. And I don't understand why. Because if you're a business owner, you need to be on that learning edge. You need to be constantly improving your own skills, because you need to move your business just as much as you need to move yourself. Both your business and you have to be growing at the same time. Your business isn't going to be able to grow if you don't. And so business owners have to get in this mentality of improving their personal and professional development. Yeah. It's crazy, some of the stuff that people think of.
And then understand that it's a never-ending process. The point when you can stop is just before you stop. That's a good phrase. The point when you can stop is just before you stop.
Sure.
But none of us are looking forward to that. No. I don't think. I hope not.
The reality is, if you're not continually growing and learning and doing new things, then, like you said, you're stagnating, or worse, you're dying.
Yeah, you're dying. I hate to say it.
You're
dying on the vine.
I'm thinking about 10. Some of you know about our plant 10. We've had him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Almost 3.5.
Gosh,
Just 3.5
huge.
years now. Almost 4 years. And he's gotten massive.
Yeah, he's right here. So you're looking at him.
He's constantly growing. The thing about 10 is he does constantly grow.
Yeah.
Plants constantly grow. If they stop growing,
then they die.
Yeah.
And he just keeps right on going. It's amazing.
And so people are saying, and your skill set is the same. Your knowledge base is the same. You need to continually learn. You need to continually develop, both personally and professionally.
And what are some of the ways you can do that? And here's the thing. There are so many ways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That you learning how to use some new technology, learning how to use some new machinery. I think back to the days when I was working. Now this was back in the 1980s, working in the textile industry, and I mainly did it, part time while I was going to school, help to supplement my income. And some of the machinery that was being used had been used for decades. Yeah. Some of it, it was old machinery, but that's because there was new technology. Yeah. But at least the company that I worked with, they tried to use that old technology, which was more labor intensive, for as long as they could possibly, wring another dollar out of it before they would go and spend the money on the new technology. In the meantime, they had competitors who were investing in the newer technology. And one of their competitors that I interviewed with after graduate school, almost went to work for them. They had managed to come up, same exact industry. They had managed to create machinery that basically took the place of about 10 steps in the process of creating, cloth for whatever, various sundry reasons, items for various sundry reasons. And also meant that they had replaced about 10 people. Mm-hmm. And so you had these machines that they did all of these processes back to back automatically. And instead of having 10 people out there, at each different station doing each different job with a different machine, you had one person that supervised the machine, and their only job was to make sure that the machine was running the way it was supposed to run. All they had to do was watch it. And then if something cropped up, they knew how to go fix it. If it was something they couldn't fix, then they called maintenance, and they had a system down pat to where actually when there was a malfunction in it, there was a signal that was sent to maintenance. So they had maintenance there. And in the meantime, whoever was running the machine was scoping it out, trying to figure out, here's where it is, see if they could fix it themselves. If they couldn't, then maintenance came in and they would fix it. It was an incredibly efficient and cost-effective operation, but that was because they embraced the technology. Mm-hmm. They were looking at how we can use this. Individuals, okay, so learning new programs, learning new machinery, learning new ideas, picking up some books, reading Think and Grow Rich, reading something by John Maxwell, watching videos, YouTube. Oh my goodness, how much stuff can you learn on YouTube? You
can learn how to fix a freezer.
Yes, you can, because I've done it. Yeah, freezers, washers, dryers. Yes. I've done that.
Yes.
I know I'm not mechanically inclined.
No.
Yeah, no, not at all. No. And yet I have fixed washers, dryers, and freezers, refrigerators.
I think it's interesting because I've heard over and over again that women will usually look for somebody who's a lot like their father. You are not like.
I'm not like.
You've got his hairline. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
No, my dad, electrical engineer, electrician, very hands-on, fixes things kind of guy.
Right. I didn't know how to fix much of anything, and thank goodness for YouTube, because you can learn how to fix things. Yes. It is amazing what you can learn, and then other sources, LinkedIn Learning, if you're part of that, just constantly learn something, anything. That's the part that kills me, when you have people that they don't want to learn how to do anything new.
Well, and speaking of learning and doing things, next week is our Plan Your Profits in Paradise cruise and retreat. Yep. And Heather Zeitwolf and I are co-hosting it. We're going to be focusing on learning new skills and helping people to grow their business. I mean, there are retreats out there, there are workshops out there. So it's not even like you have to, read a book, because heaven forbid you read something.
I got to read a book.
But there are lots of ways that you can grow and learn.
Podcasts, all kinds of things.
There's tons of ways.
It's just a matter if you've got to be willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the disconnect comes from, is the people who just, they go to work, they do the job, they go home, they have a beer, they watch TV, and that's the end of the day.
And I think with business owners and with upper level leadership, they're just like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
But the reality is you don't have time not to
do it.
That's
exactly right.
You have to make the time.
Right.
You have to fit it in, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah. And that may mean doing things that we do. We do this on a regular basis. Saturday, Sunday, football's on TV. What are we doing half the time?
Listening to a webinar.
Working on something on a computer, reading a book while the game is going on. You learn how to do that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like Red Zone.
Yeah.
Is because I can have Red Zone going on in the background while I'm reading and working on courses and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah. And you can ignore it. And I mean, when you hear your team's name, then you can
pop up and you look.
Yeah. My Panthers. Oh, golly.
My Cowboys.
I don't want to hear it.
Our football team. Well, out of 4 games, we had 1 win.
That's true. We had a nice big win, though. That was Clemson beating Notre Dame. Yay. Sorry, Notre Dame fans.
Everybody else sucks. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, who could they turn to if they needed help with personal or professional development?
Who in the world do we know that does that kind of stuff? That would be us.
Us?
Yeah, us.
We do that.
We do that.
We do that. We do.
And we're fun while we do it. We know this because people keep telling us we are. So
people do.
They do.
So if they wanted to reach out to us and say, hey, this whole personal professional development thing, how can I do that?
Well, why don't you put the thing on the screen?
You want me to put a thing on the screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Where is it?
Okay. You mean like
there
that?
It is, that. Okay. Yeah. So they can call us, 412-420-7975. No, we do not live in Pittsburgh. We just did a Pittsburgh phone number because we thought, that was my idea. But we're local here out in Westmoreland County, but we'll go anywhere. We're flexible and we can travel.
Speaking of Westmoreland County, if any of you have up-and-coming professionals that you want them to do some personal and professional development, we are working together once again with the Latrobe Chamber of Commerce. And in January, we're going to be offering a series of workshops with them that's aimed at young upcoming professionals.
But could even be older professionals who might need a refresher or want to expand their skills or whatever. Yes. So we got that opportunity, but it is aimed towards young professionals.
Call us.
Yeah, call us. It's going to be a great program.
It is.
So we're very excited about this.
Yes. Also, go to our website, ateagueofyourown.com.
Yep.
You can go there, and once you're on the website, you'll be able to you'll see the phone number, but you'll also be able to click and email us. What if they just wanted to email us right now? How could they do that?
info@ateagueofyourown.com.
info@ateagueofyourown.com.
So just put info and then that little @ symbol in front of it, ateagueofyourown.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you will reach us.
And then we also have social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can get a hold of us on any of those.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then every time this goes live, you'll get the notification.
Yep.
Super easy.
Yeah, nice. We try to make it easy.
We do.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Some of you we will see tonight because we actually have a webinar this evening.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, it's our complimentary webinar.
That's right.
Building Expert Status. So if you're interested in that, go to the website and click on the event tab, and you can register for that webinar.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you next time. Bye.